Okay, so as you can see, in the last 48 hours in XRP, we finally got the move up that we all expected a couple of days ago. And in today's video, I'm going to check out this move and tell you potentially this is actually the beginning. And I also need to change some waves in here and come up with a better possibility rather than this scenario that suggests this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you remember the last time that we talked about Ripple, we were right in here and I was saying, well, okay, in terms of Elliott waves, this can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. And what happens after a 5 wave up? You know it, a correction structure on the downside. Now, we did get a move down, and this is, I think, potentially a WXY structure. However, I kind of have some doubts about this move right in here being on the same degree as this whole move on the upside. I think we can do better than that. Now, before we talk about what is happening in here in terms of Elliott waves, let me show you a couple of bullish patterns that suggest our move up is going to continue. So you just do not have anything to be worried about, okay? First things first, if you like classic patterns, personally, they are really not my favorite, but if you like them, okay, this is a very solid triangular structure. Let's just draw the lines from, let's just hide everything, excuse me, there we go, here to about this point. Yeah, sure, you can say this is our higher line and this is going to be our lower line right in here. And what do we see? A solid break of the line, followed by that a very classic pullback, and then this is our continuation of the move up phase. Now, what is going to be the target for this pattern? Well, we need to measure the height of it from this high to about here, and we need to put it at our breaking point right in here. There we go. The target for it is going to be somewhere around, let's say, the $3.50 region. So we do fully expect XRP to, in this phase, at least set an all-time high and take the highest side around $3.50. However, I think we are going to go quite a bit more higher than that. Why is that? Well, once more, in terms of classic patterns, you can argue, well, okay, this can be a triangle structure, fair enough, but what if we are having a bull flag in here? That is also, in my opinion, a valid pattern. And in order to measure the targets, you must, this is a very important point, you must first put the chart on regular scale, okay? Measuring the target on logarithmic scale is just not a thing. I'm going to talk about it in more videos, but for now, let's just measure our target from here to about this point, and let's put this thing at our breaking point right in here. So what's going to be the target according to this pattern? As you can see, somewhere around 4.8, let's say even $5 area. So this is, in my opinion, a better pattern in XRP's price chart that suggests our move up in like very, very short term is just far from over. Now, let's talk about some long-term patterns. Once more, in terms of classic patterns, let's just do this and maybe actually go on a less busy chart so we can see the candles a bit better. Let's say crypto.com. Yeah, sure. Okay. So what do we have in here? A lot of people say that this is actually a triangle structure, and it can be. I'm not judging those people, but in my opinion, in terms of Elliott wave, this is definitely not a triangle. However, again, in terms of classic patterns, fair enough, this can be a potential triangle from here to about this point. This is our low line. Now, what's going to be the target? The height of it from this high, excuse me, to about here. So this is our target, and let's just put this thing at our breaking point. And excuse me, I think I need to first put the chart on regular scale. There we go. Sorry about that one. That was an accident. And okay, so this is going to be our target, and it's about, let's say, $4.3. So once more, this pattern suggests that this move up is probably just the beginning and it's just not over yet. So as you can see in here, overall, we are having many bullish signs suggesting this move is going to continue for quite a bit. Now let's go on our own chart and put the chart on logarithmic and maybe go on H1 time frame, because I think we can do a bit better than just classic patterns. And we talked about what is going on in here so many times. In my opinion, in terms of Elliott waves, this is not a triangle. Most likely our correction in XRP actually ended right in here. And this can be a WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag. And from this point, we are having a series of 1-2s. Let's just do this, zoom out a bit more, go around here. Okay, so I'm thinking this is 1, this is 2. And we are going to have a big move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And on a higher degree, odds are that this red 5 wave up is actually into this larger degree wave 3 and then correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And here's a very important point. This is much more of a bullish sign relative to the previous scenarios, which suggested that we are having, for example, in here some classic patterns, and the targets, I promise you, are going to be far beyond 5 and 6, maybe even $7. So you see, we just do not have anything to be worried about. Having said that, let's go maybe on 30-minute chart, zoom in more in here and see what is happening. Okay, now here's the deal. I don't believe that we are having a 5 wave up and the correction down to about here anymore. Instead, I'm thinking that if I just delete this one, there we go. Starting from this point, this is probably a 1 correction for wave 2, and then a big move up to about here into our wave 3, correction for 4, and another move on the upside into wave 5. And this can be, for example, in form of an A, B, C running flat to about this point. Followed by that, I can tell you, look, okay, this is now a correction structure, which is going to be on the same degree as this one. And as you can see, this makes much more sense. So what's the idea? I believe we are having in this move up wave 1, this correction is into wave 2. And right now we are on our way to have a magnificent move into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And in like very short time, I'm thinking, because in here we are having overlapping of the waves between this move and also this move right in here. As you can see, we are clearly having overlapping of the waves. Once more, this is going to be probably a series of 1-2s. Let's just zoom out. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and on a higher degree, it's actually going to be, let's just put the waves in here and change the colors, into a larger degree, wave 3, and then 4, and then 5. And at that point, we can argue that this white 5 wave up is into this wave 3, and we're going to get correction for 4, a relatively deeper move on the downside to these ones, and followed by that another move up into wave 5. So one way or the other, I want to argue in XRP, this move up that we all expected to happen is just the beginning, and I'm having a very hard time believing that this is going to be the end of our bull run, and our move up soon is going to be over, and we are going to from here start a massive bear market. In my opinion, that is just simply not the case, and I have a very good reason for it. You see, in terms of Elliott's waves, when you are having a correction for wave 2, a relatively deep one, instead you can argue that our correction for wave 4 is not going to be that deep, and instead it's going to take its time, and then we are going to have another move up into wave 5. Now, when this is the case and we are having a long-term drawn-out correction structure for wave 4, we can argue that our wave 5 is actually going to get extremely extended. Understood? Okay, now let's go on crypto.com's charts and practice what we have learned right in here. Let's zoom out more, maybe go on weekly time frame. Okay, so what do we have in this area? 5 wave up, correction down, another 5 wave up, and a long-term drawn-out correction structure, which makes me say, you know what, this is probably a 1-2 big move up into wave 3. This move is a correction for 4, and because it took some time, we can say at the moment we are on our way to complete the subwaves for a wave 5, which is going to get, this very important point, extremely extended. So do you believe in an extended wave 5 we are going to just set an all-time high and take the highest side around $3.5, maybe even $4, and then we are going to get a massive bear market? I find that extremely hard to believe, and I think XRP community this time is going to get massively rewarded, and I just cannot think of a better community to receive that reward. Trust me, I remember when we were right around these areas, a lot of people hated XRP, and they were saying some nasty stuff. However, XRP community just took it all in and they said, fair enough, we are just going to buy in this phase more and more in hope that we get the next phase of the bull run. And I do think they absolutely 100% deserve their rewards. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XRP's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.